Hello and welcome to this tips and techniques video from Master Your Photography. In this series we've carefully crafted a collection of short videos designed to provide you with key points on specific topics without any of the unnecessary waffle. Our goal is to give you practical information that you can immediately apply to your own photography. We understand that your time is precious, so we've condensed each video to deliver concise, actionable information. With our tips and techniques series, you'll gain the knowledge and the confidence to improve your photography in no time at all. So that's probably enough waffle, let's get started. This video is all about the importance of the quality and direction of light in your photography. Remember, light has many aspects to it, and when we talk about light quality, we're talking about things such as how harsh the light is, how crisp the shadows are that are created by that light, and how warm it is, how golden. At midday, the sunlight is a lot brighter and whiter in colour than at sunrise or sunset, where you can actually get much more golden light, and with no cloud diffusion, the shadows can be really crisp, which can work really well. If there's some clouds in the sky, then what they tend to do is diffuse the light and make it much softer, which can be really flattering if you're doing portraits or something like that, so you haven't got people squinting looking into the sun. So let's look at some examples of light quality at different times of day. If we look at sunrise, before the sun actually pops its head above the horizon, then the light can be really soft and golden. But then as it rises above the horizon, that light becomes crisper and in many ways harsher, but it reveals a lot of texture, a lot of detail in that way. And when we get to midday, then the sun is very high in the sky and the shadows are really deep. With some cloud diffusion, the light becomes incredibly soft and almost shadowless, which can be really flattering. Now let's look at the direction of the light. The traditional way of taking photos is to have the sun directly behind the camera, illuminating your subject. And while that can work really well, it can make it difficult for your subject if they're staring straight into the sun. It's not too bad on a cloudy day where the light is softer and diffused, but it can make your subject squint a little bit, so it's not always the best way to take a photo. At midday, the sun is almost directly above us in the sky, and it creates these lovely deep crisp shadows that can work really well with some subjects. You have to be careful if you're doing portraits because it's not always the most flattering light. You can end up with really deep shadows in the eye sockets and under the chin, etc. We can get around this by using reflectors and bouncing some light back into those dark areas. But it is good for creating mood if you actually want those really deep crisp shadows, but just be aware of the fact that it's not always the most flattering light for what we would class as portraits. If we position the sun or light source, it doesn't have to be the sun, but the light source is behind our subject, then that's backlighting. Now this can be really nice and create this lovely glow around your subject, or it could actually create a silhouette, and that sometimes happens unintentionally if you're not careful with your exposure. It's a good idea to use spot metering on your subject if you want to be actually seeing detail in your subject. If you're going for a silhouette effect, then that's fine, just take your meter reading directly from the light source. If we position our camera and subject such that the light is coming from the side, it's hitting our subject from the side, left or right, doesn't matter which, then that can be really good at adding texture. So it can be used creatively for people shots, really nice for character studies, and it also works really well for landscapes because it reveals all the contours within the land. So let's look at some examples of different light direction. First of all, flat or front lighting with lots of cloud diffusion, and it creates a lovely even illumination. The colours look vibrant and shadowless. Now at midday, we've got this top lighting, we've got some really deep shadows. but you know, the exposure's been balanced quite well, so it works. And here we have backlighting. So careful exposure has meant that we can still see detail in our subject, but we get this lovely glow. As side lighting, as I mentioned earlier, is really useful for character studies because it reveals the detail in the face, and it works equally as well for landscapes. So next time you're out and about with your camera, think about the quality of the light that's hitting your subject and think about the direction too. Thank you for tuning in to Master Your Photography's Tips and Techniques series. We hope you found this video useful and practical. Remember, each photo you take is a stepping stone towards becoming a better photographer. So get out there and capture the world in your own unique way. Until next time, happy shooting.